Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to make another anchor chart. Today we're going to keep our paper turned normal. Well, we'll call it vertical, with the three holes at the left. And we are going to be talking about adaptations. Adaptations. Adaptations are when a plant or animal changes so that it can survive in its habitat. So let's get a different marker, that one's not doing so well. When a plant or animal changes so it can survive in its habitat. Okay, so when a plant or animal changes so that it can survive in its habitat. Now, there are two different types of adaptations. We can have behavioral adaptations. And in that word, you see the word behave. And you know that when you behave, that's something you do. So we are going to say that a behavioral adaptation is when a plant or animal changes how it acts. And let's think about some examples of these. And you probably already, a couple of these you're already familiar with, but we're going to talk about them a little bit more in the upcoming lessons. So one way that animals adapt is through migration. And you know that migration is when they move. And I'm just going to put move to warmer conditions or warmer places. Another is hibernation. And that's when they sleep through cold winter. Let's just put winter because we know that winter is cold, don't we? Okay, so those are behavioral adaptations, something that they do. We also have physical adaptations. And another word for that is structural. Now, when you go to the doctor for a physical, he's looking at your body, isn't he? He's taking your temperature, he's weighing you, he's looking to see if you're growing correctly. So think about that. Physical has to do with your body. So a physical adaptation is also, it's when an animal has something to do with their body that helps them to adapt. So we'll say something on an animal's body that helps them adapt. Okay, and let's do some examples of this. The one you probably know are most familiar with is camouflage. When you hunters go hunting, you camouflage, you wear camouflage so that the animals don't see you, so that you blend in with your environment so they don't see you and run away. It's the same thing. Animals camouflage, they blend in so predators don't see them. Another one, and this is one that's not as familiar to you, is mimicry. When you mimic someone, you copy them, don't you? You might have a friend, or you might see someone and they say something and you say exactly what they said, or they may make a motion and you make that emotion. You make that motion exactly the way they did. You're mimicking them. And it's the same thing with animals. Sometimes animals mimic each other so that predators think they're something that they're not. For let's write the definition is they look like another animal. And animals do this. Let's talk about snakes. There's a coral snake, and we know that coral snakes are very poisonous. But there's another snake that looks just like a coral snake, and it's not poisonous. But do you think if a predator came upon the one that is not poisonous, do you think he would eat him? Probably not, because the predator thinks it's a coral snake and that those are dangerous. So it's when one animal looks like another animal to make a predator think that it's poisonous, or to make a predator know that he needs to run in the opposite direction. So boys and girls, I need you to take this anchor chart and I need you to place it in your science section because you will be using this later on.